we would put it into our calculator and look for an x-intercept, correct? x4, we're going to do the same thing. So get into your y equals. What would the possible ones be if we didn't have our calculator that we would try? Yeah. Yeah. 18 and 1, 6 and 3, plus and minuses of all of those, right? It would take us forever. So, yay, we don't have to. So let's try these ones out. So plug it in, plug it in, plug it in. If it's x to the 5, we're just going to have to do an extra synthetic, right? One more. Let's plug it into your y equals. Three is a good one. So you plug it into your y equals and you select second graph, your table of values, and 3 was a good one. There's obviously more, and that's okay. So it doesn't matter. Does it matter which one you pick? No, it's just that you won't be factoring that one at the end. You'll just get different factors than someone at the end, but you'll always have the same factors in the end of all of them, right? So x equals 3. Oh. Okay. What's my factor then? X minus 3. What do I also have to remember when I go to do synthetic division? Can I count down? 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Can I count down? What if the constant wasn't there? What would I need? I'd still need a 0 placeholder, would I not? So I'd still put a 0 back there if there wasn't a constant. Okay. In remainder theorem, do I need to make sure I can count down? Now, in remainder theorem, you just plug in. If you multiply anything by 0, it just goes away, right? So it's only synthetic division where that matters. So we have 1, negative 3, negative 7, 15, 18. Okay. Our first step is to bring down the first number. 1. Then what do we do next? Multiply. 3 times 1 is 3. Bring it up here. So we multiplied, now we add. Negative 3 plus 3, 0. We added, so now we multiply. 3 times 0 is 0. We multiplied, so now we add. Negative 7 and 0 is? We multiply. 3 times negative 7? Negative 21. Then we add. 15 and negative 21 is negative. 3 times negative 6 is? And we're happy because we get a? And what do we do with that 0? Because it's the what? Remainder. And we need to be a remainder of 0 in order for it to be a factor, because we're trying to find the factors of it, right? Okay. So right now we have one factor. I'm going to write it over here. X minus 3 plus 2. So we have one factor. At maximum, how many factors can this one have? 4, because it's x to the 4. It also have a maximum of 4 x-intercepts, right? Okay. Instead of this being x squared, which it was yesterday, what's this one going to be now? Cubed, because it's always one less, because we took an x out, right? So it's going to be 1x cubed plus 0x squared minus 7x minus 6. I'm keeping the 0 as my placeholder because I have to do synthetic division again. Right? So now go to your y equals and type that in. It's really easy stuff. You guys are just like super whining about it. No. Not algebraically. Okay, so what do we get? X equals 3 again. So my factor is x minus 3. I'm going to go down here and put another one. Then I write my coefficients. 1, 0, negative 7, negative 6, Drop the 1. Is it always a 1? No. Then we multiply. 3 times 1 is 3. Then we add. 0 plus 3 is 3. Then we multiply. 3 times 3 is 9. Then we negative 7 plus 9 is 2. And then we multiply. 3 times 2 is, and then we're happy because we have a, which means the remainder is like unison. Perfect. Okay. Now instead of this one being x cubed, it's going to be, because we took a, right? So now we have x squared plus 3x plus 2. Do we have to do synthetic for this one? No. Could you do synthetic if you were super stuck? Absolutely. Type, but one of them, let's see, would have to be an integer, right? What's x squared plus 3x plus 2? So what times what gets me 2? Because 1 times 2. And what plus what equals 3, which is the middle one. So that's going to be 2 and 1. Do I have to decomp where I replace? No. Why? I just wanted to. So I write these down here. If I FOILed these all back, what would I get? That x to the 4 minus 3x squared. If I FOILed them all back and collected like terms, I get my original polynomial, right? This is going to be more so written like this. I'll put them together. Yeah? Do. Okay. F. Try out F. See how you do. So possible numbers we could use are plus or minus 1, plus or minus 3, or plus or minus 9, right? And we'd have to go till we got a 0. Which one did someone use? Remember, you can all do it in different orders, so whoever says it first, I follow yours. Wow, we're really consistent with the 3 here. So it's going to be x minus 3. Then we ask, can we count down? 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Can we count down? Yeah, so we don't need any zeros. 2, 3, negative 17, negative 27, negative 9. Drop the 2. 2 times 3 is 6. Add them. 3 plus 6 is 9. Multiply. 3 times 9 is 27. Add. Negative 17 plus 27 is 10. Multiply. 3 times 10 is 30. Add. Negative 27 plus 30 is 3. Multiply. 3 times 3 is 9. And I get a 0, which is good. Now it's 1 less. So this x to the 4 is going to be x cubed. So I have 2x cubed plus 9x squared plus 10x plus 3. Now I have to put that into my y equals negative 3. So I have x plus 3. And now I have 2, 9, 10, 3. Drop the 2. Multiply. 2 times negative 3, negative 6. Add. 9 plus negative 6 is 3. Multiply. Negative 3 and 3 is. Add. 10 plus negative 9. Multiply. Negative 3 and 1 is. Add. And we're happy. Now, This one is 2x squared plus 3x plus 1. Can I go right to brackets? Nope, you have to do decomp. So I have 2x squared plus 3x plus 1. So what times what equals 2 times 1? So 2. What plus what equals your middle term? 3. 2 and 1. With decomp, we're replacing this middle term. We're replacing it with 2x and 1x. Because 2x and 1x is 3x. We're just replacing it, and we're keeping those back ones, front and the back. So 2x squared plus 2x plus 1x plus 1. What do I do next? Group. So when I take out of the first bracket a 2x, and I'm left with x plus 1. The back bracket is already x plus 1, so what do I have to take out? 1 out. Look at these two separately. What can I take out of both of them? X plus 1. And what's left over? Those are your factors. Yeah. Yeah, that means you probably picked the y-intercept as option, what people do instead of x-intercept, just oops. Or the synthetic division is wrong. Yeah, you have to get a 0. All right. Number 3 says, a sculptor creates a carving from a block of marble. Marble is shape of a rectangular prism, which is just a 3D rectangle, right? Prism just means 3D, basically. Whose volume in cubic feet is represented by v of x equals that, where x is a positive real number. What are the factors that represent possible dimensions? So I'm literally just asking you to factor it. How many factors are we going to get? Max. 3. What does the volume have? What times what times what? Length times width times height. So when you factor it and get 3 factors, what are you getting? Length, the width, and the height, right? You're getting the volume. So I'm literally just indirectly asking you to just factor it, right? Give me the 3 dimensions. So factor away. So always make sure you can count down, because often you can't. In this case, you can. 3, 2, 1, 0. What factor works? Or root, I mean? -7. What root works? 1? That would have been really quite terrible. X equals 1. So my factor is x minus 1. Drop to the 3. 1 times 3 is 3. Add it. 2 plus 3 is 5. Multiply. 1 times 5 is 5. Add it. -7 plus 5 is -2. Multiply. 1 times -2. -2. We're happy. 1 less. So 3x squared plus 5x minus 2. I have to do decomposition because there's not a 1 in front of my x squared. So what times what equals -6? What plus what equals 5? You multiply the outside, add to the inside. 6 and -1. So I replace my middle term. 3x squared plus 6x minus 1x minus 2. Group them. I'll sign in there. Take a 3 out and an x, and you're left with x plus 2. What do I have to take out of the second bracket? -1. What can I take out of my two brackets? X plus 2 and 3x minus 1. So this volume, V of x, actually equals x minus 1 times x plus 2 times 3x minus 1. That'd be your length, width, and height. To add on to your homework from yesterday, we're just going to do some degree 4 and 5. So degree 5, you just have to do an extra one, remember? Then we literally have 2 lessons left. Next week. You have a question about this? What's it? The negative 6 comes from this and this. So 3 times negative 2 is negative 6. You always multiply your first and your last terms together to get to multiplication, and the middle term to get your addition. So add on to yesterday would be page 134, 5DE, and 6DE. And one more. Eleven.